Hello and welcome to 2020. Today we'll be discussing the life of a very interesting individual by the name of Danielson. In the episode of 2020, we will go deep into the hardships and struggles of what a transgender endures in everyday life. Our audience has been very curious to meet our guests. So without further ado, please welcome in Danielson.
Yo, what it do, homie? Oh my god, it's such a pleasure to finally meet you. I'm just so happy that I can finally be on this show with you and finally get to show the world who I truly am.
So the audience wants to know that is, when did you realize who you were when you were growing up as a biological young girl?
Well, transgenderism is a very complex state of mind. And, since the moment that I turned 4 years old and I was a little girl, I always believed that I never belonged in this body.
I really was curious to know when you first came out, though.
At the age of 13, I started secretly, wearing my father's clothing and playing with toy cars. And when my mom would take me to the store, I would always try to buy the little Hot Wheels and stuff. And at home, I would wear my father's clothing and I would play with toy cars. And when no one was around, I would go into his garage and I would start messing around with his toolboxes. You feel me? And one day, my mother caught me in the bathroom and she caught me taking down my breast with a really big bandage. And of course, when she saw me, she questioned me and she asked me, why are you doing that? You're a female. Why are you trying to get rid of your boobs? That's the most natural thing for a girl. Why are you trying to get rid of it? And she was very sad at first, and that's when I finally confessed to her that, I felt trapped in my body and I just wasn't meant to be this way. And I was honestly born the wrong way. And finally, all the years passed, whatever, and I struggled in school because I dressed like this, and all the girls looked at me weird because I have a girl face, but I dress like a man and I kind of talk a little manly. But it's hard. And finally, on my 18th birthday, my mother told me that I was an adult now, and that her and my father had tried to change me in all ways that they could, but that if what I really truly wanted was to be a man, that both my parents were gonna stick behind me and by my side no matter what. So little by little, I let my true self come out, and it was hard. But in the end, I promised myself that I was gonna flourish into this amazing new person and finally be happy in the body that I wanted to be in.
And what did the men think about it in school, the boys, when they saw you dress up?
Well, the hardest part about it in school was that, since you're teenagers and stuff, teenagers are always very harsh with their judgments, with their words. And especially the boys would look at me and they would punch me and stuff and tell me, you're not a man, you're a girl, you're not meant like one of us, blah blah blah. And it would always hurt my feelings because it's I wanted to be them, but I wasn't accepted. So socially, no one wanted me around them because I didn't belong with anyone, because I was kind of in the middle. I was trapped.
Wow.
So
seems really hard. It's very clear that our non-trans audience is curious to know the transition process you're currently beginning to take on and what it has been like so far.
Well, the whole transitioning process has been extremely painful, extremely long, and I had to first visit plenty of doctors and get my testosterone injected into me to release the estrogen in my body so that I could start forming and building new muscle. Now, I'm finally getting swollen, I feel good in my body. Now I'm gonna get all tatted up and stuff because I feel good. And now I see my boobs are getting smaller and I just I'm looking more manly, it feels nice. And now honestly I have girls coming up to me and being yo, you're good looking, things like that, you feel me? It just feels really good, So I'm finally glad that and I'm gonna get my surgery soon. If most of you guys don't know, the whole surgery process is they take a piece of my forearm and believe it or not, they turn it into a penis, and it's pretty crazy. I love it.
So how do you feel about the beauty being one of the most, if not the most important factor that governs our judgment of other people?
I personally think it's messed up. We're so focused as a society on the presumed artificiality that it reinforces for there to be class barriers of gender. You feel me? Male and female.
We're all hoping that this changes everyone's lives and everyone's judgments will change.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. It's been such a pleasure. Nice to meet you.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Well, everyone, you've heard it from Daniel's son. You've heard his story. Hoping he makes a change on everyone's judgments.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure having you on the
Bombo
show.
Glad, man. Thank you so much.